Pistol shrimp. Okay, real talk. If I could pick one superpower from this whole list, I'd start with this one. Meet the pistol shrimp. 3 centimeters of pure attitude living in coral reefs. It doesn't have venom, it doesn't have teeth. It has a gun built into its body. That oversized claw is a biological pistol. It snaps shut so fast, at around 100 kilometers per hour, that the water around it can't keep up. A bubble forms, collapses, and for a fraction of a second reaches around 4,700 degrees Celsius. That's hotter than the surface of the sun. From a shrimp, the shockwave is so violent, it kills small fish near it without the shrimp ever touching them. The sound? 218 decibels. Louder than a gunshot. Louder than a jet engine. This thing is a walking sonic weapon in a Hawaiian shirt. Submarines have to filter out colonies of pistol shrimp because they sound like an underwater war zone. Sonar engineers hate them. Imagine arguing with someone and being able to snap your fingers so hard you create a small star next to their ear. That's the dream. And we're just getting started. Pompeii Worm. This next one I'd want for purely practical reasons. Meet the Pompeii Worm. Lives at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean, glued to the side of hydrothermal vents, basically underwater volcanoes shooting boiling water out of the seafloor. Here's where it gets ridiculous. The tail end of this worm sits in water that's around 80 degrees Celsius, hot enough to cook an egg. Meanwhile, its head pokes out into water that's almost freezing, about 2 degrees. So between the two ends of the same animal, there's a 60-degree temperature difference. At all times, forever. No other complex animal on Earth tolerates anything close to that. It just lives there, comfortable, permanent vacation in a thermostat that broke. How? It wears a fluffy bacterial colony on its back like a shaggy coat, and those bacteria insulate it from the heat while also feeding it. So it's basically a worm in a living, breathing thermal suit made of microbes. Imagine never feeling cold again, never feeling too hot. Stepping out of the shower into winter? Doesn't matter. Standing in line under the sun? Don't care. Hairy frog. Okay, now we get into superhero territory. The hairy frog, found in Central Africa. Tiny, brownish. Looks like a normal frog with a weird shaggy haircut on its sides. Actually skin filaments to absorb extra oxygen during mating season. Already strange, but that's not why it's here. When this frog gets attacked, it does something no other animal on the planet does. It deliberately breaks its own toe bones, snapping them inside its own feet, and pushes the broken ends straight through the skin of its toes. Claws. It manufactures its own claws, on the spot, from its own skeleton. We have a name for that fictional character. We've made 11 movies about him. When the thread is gone, the bones retract back into the foot, and the wounds heal. Next time something messes with it, same trick. Out come the bone claws. Imagine just walking around. No weapons, looking completely harmless, and the moment someone tries something, you produce, from your own body, 6 knives, with 0 effort. Wolverine exists. He's a frog, and he lives in Cameroon, pretending to be normal. I'd take this one in a heartbeat. Tardigrade. Now meet the most overpowered creature ever discovered, and I mean that scientifically. The tardigrade, 0.5 millimeter long, looks like a tiny chubby bear with 8 legs. Scientists call them water bears. It is the most adorable, indestructible thing on Earth. Here's what this microscopic teddy bear shrugs off without breaking a sweat. It survives being boiled. It survives being frozen at minus 272 degrees, colder than outer space. It survives radiation at 1,000 times the dose that kills a human. It survives total dehydration for decades, then rehydrates and walks off like nothing happened. And in 2007, Sweden actually launched some into open space. With no suit, no oxygen, no protection. They came back, alive. Tardigrades have been on Earth for over 500 million years. They've survived all 5 mass extinctions. The dinosaurs died, they didn't. Picture your worst day. You step out of a sauna into a freezer. You don't flinch. You sit in a room flooded with radiation. You keep scrolling your phone. You vanish in a desert for a month and stroll into work slightly thirsty. That's the level. They are literally the closest thing biology has built to a video game cheat code. If I had to pick just one, honestly, it's a tough call, and we're still climbing. Electric EL. Now we're past the halfway point. And honestly, this one's the most practical superpower on the list. The electric eel lives in the rivers of South America, looks like a long, lazy fish you wouldn't think twice about. Slow, bad eyesight, basically a wet sausage with attitude. It's also a walking battery. with a kill switch. Around 80% of this eel's body is one giant biological power plant. It generates up to 860 volts on demand. Enough to stun a horse, drop a crocodile, or stop a human heart in the right conditions. That's stronger than the wall socket in your house. From a fish, and it doesn't just zap once. It can fire repeated pulses, hunt at distance, and even remote control its prey, sending small shocks that force the prey's muscles to twitch, revealing where it's hiding. The eel is using electricity as radar. No charger, no power bank, no hunting for an outlet at the airport. Dead phone? You just hold it. Done. And every argument ends the same way. A firm handshake and a polite 110 volts. Honestly, the most useful one on the list. The cuttlefish. This next one might be the coolest animal you've never seriously thought about. The cuttlefish. A cousin of the octopus, but with 3 superpowers in one body. Look at it. A peaceful little blob floating around the reef, big W-shaped eyes, mellow energy. It looks like a chill ghost in a bathrobe. Don't let that fool you. This thing is a wizard. Superpower 1. Color. The cuttlefish changes color faster than your phone changes wallpaper. We're talking milliseconds. Whole body cosplay. Instant. Superpower 2. Texture. Not just color. It can also change the texture of its skin. Smooth 1 second, spiky and bumpy the next, perfectly imitating coral or rock. It's not hiding near the rock. It's becoming the rock. Superpower 3. Hypnosis. When hunting, it sends pulsing waves of color racing across its body, mesmerizing the prey into not moving. Yes, it hypnotizes its food. You'd be the friend who never shops. Perfect outfit, instantly. The one who just disappears when the party gets to be too much. And you'd win every staring contest every time, because the other guy is now mildly hypnotized. 3 superpowers in one mellow potato. That's just unfair. Peregrine Falcon. This one's for everyone who's ever sat in traffic and quietly wished they could fly over the whole thing. Meet the Peregrine Falcon. Most beautiful, most underestimated speed monster on Earth. Looks like a regular hawk minding its business. It's not minding its business. This is the fastest animal alive. Not the fastest bird, the fastest anything. When it dives at prey, it folds its wings and falls out of the sky at around 390 kilometers per hour. That's faster than a Formula 1 car at full straight. From a bird the size of a crow. But here's the part that should not be physically possible. While moving at 390 kilometers per hour, the falcon's eyes process visual information at about 130 frames per second. Yours run at around 60. So while we'd be staring at a blur, the falcon is watching everything in slow motion, picking the exact angle to hit a pigeon mid-air with surgical precision. Traffic stops. You don't. You go over the whole thing at jet speed, your morning playing out in calm slow motion while everyone else panics. You're never late again. Ever. That's the dream. 2 left. Immortal Jellyfish. Okay, this one might be the most desired superpower in human history. Meet Turritopsis dohrnii, better known as the Immortal Jellyfish, a nearly invisible little creature, the size of your fingernail, drifting through the world's oceans like it has nowhere to be. Because honestly, it doesn't. This jellyfish does not die of old age. When it gets old, sick, injured, or stressed, it doesn't give up. It doesn't decline. It reverts. The whole body reabsorbs itself. Cells transform back into their earliest form, and it returns to its larval polyp stage. Then it grows up, again, forever, as many times as it wants. Scientists confirm this, and it broke biology textbooks. Of course, it can still be killed, eaten by a fish, hit by disease, bad luck, but aging, it's not on the menu. Humans have spent 5,000 years chasing this concept in stories, in religions, in tech billionaire labs. This jellyfish has had it the whole time, quietly. Imagine being 80 and choosing, politely, to just be 25 again. No drama, no deal, just rewind. That's the dream we've been writing about since we figured out we had to die. Octopus. And here it is, number 1. So I had a problem making this list. Every other animal has 1 superpower. Maybe 2. Number 1. So I had a problem making this list. So I saved animal has 1 superpower. Meet the octopus. Sit down. This is going to be a lot. The octopus has 3 hearts. Its blood is blue because it's copper-based instead of iron-based. It has 9 brains, 1 central and 1 mini-brain inside each of its 8 arms, each making decisions on its own. It can regrow limbs if it loses them. It can change color and texture instantly. Yeah, like the cuttlefish, but better. And because the only hard part of its body is a small beak, it can squeeze its entire body through any hole that beak fits through. Drain pipes, bottle openings, aquarium lids. Captive octopuses have escaped enclosures, opened jars from the inside, and bullied other tank mates for fun. We're not talking about an animal. We're talking about a wet alien wearing a fish suit. If I could only pick one, it's this one. Always this one. I'm Croc. See you in the next one.